Jim Miller, former NFL quarterback, former Patriot quarterback. Once upon a time.
Yeah.
Once got fired by Bill Belichick. Could we say that? Is that what happened? Did Bill Belichick fire you?
He just didn't resign.
What it is. Yeah.
Is that what
I got
like?
offered more money by the Giants, and then I quickly busted out my hip, so it didn't last long. My second stint with Coughlin.
We're not going to sign it.
You can't make the club in the tub. It holds true with Coughlin.
Yeah.
It's like Parcells. That's a Parcells thing. Get hurt on your own time.
On your own time.
All right? And guys would get hurt in the game, and it would be bad. And the trainer would fear going over to Parcells, like, what's the matter with him?
Yeah.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
He ain't out of the game. Get him back in there.
It was funny, though.
Age,
I was
man.
only there for, there was their off-season training program, and obviously they had a pretty, we were running sleds. You know how they put the weights on and you do so. I'm like, dude, that's not what I'm doing right now. This is my 13th year. I'm not doing that. Sure enough, I did it, and I blew out my hip. And Tom was like, I hired you right now to help out Eli. And I'm like, Coach, I can't help you now, but maybe week 6 I'll be healthy. You can use me then. He's like, no, we needed you now. But Ernie Accorsi, the great GM that he was, he put me in his book because at that point Kevin Gilbride was their OC, and you'll appreciate this, Scott. They couldn't figure out when you call a play in the huddle, you get up to the line of scrimmage, say a defense is showing blitz, then they back out of it, and you had already audibled how to get back to the play that you called in the huddle.
It's a re-audible.
Yeah, so Kevin Gilbride's like, yeah, we have a big problem with this. I go, why don't you just make a reload call? So you go at the line of scrimmage, you go reload. That way you go back to the play that's called in the huddle. So it could be 62 Hank or whatever, and too strong, they back out of it. And Ernie put me, he goes, Jim Miller has been here one day, and he's already helped our team.
There you go.
So it made me feel pretty good.
Instead of saying kill, you just said reload.
Yeah. So I should have mailed Tom Coughlin a book and say, see, Tom, you could have used me.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So we sit there at the third pick, obviously. You were just came back from the Senior Bowl, covered those guys down there. Give me a breakdown of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, Penix is the real deal. I know his biggest issue is going to be the medical. He's got 2 torn ACLs. He's got a shoulder issue, but, boy, he can throw a football, and he throws it. He gets the ball out of his hand. You could see he was head and shoulders above the rest. I thought Sam Hartman struggled all week. He struggled in the game. Spencer Rattler, I thought, had a good week. And then, Joe Milton. Joe Milton's an interesting guy from Tennessee, and I actually saw him play at the University of Michigan because I live in Detroit. He's got a lot of tools. Tools like if you're a coach, you're going to want to work with this guy.
Is he like Hooker?
Yeah, he's
coming out. He's just got big guys that can throw it through the wall.
He's got more talents than Hooker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but for him, he's a guy that does need to sit for a couple years. You need to bring him along. But his skills, if you're a coach, you're going to want to work with that young man.
So what if? Okay,
I saw him throw a ball over 80 yards. He's
That's
got
what
a big
they
arm.
say. They threw an orange over 100.
Yeah, he's got a big arm. Well, I know Jim Nagy, who runs the executive director of the Senior Bowl. They were at the Manning camp. He flicked his wrist and it went 86 yards.
I threw a battery far, like a pack of batteries far. We did this up there, and they couldn't believe I could throw it through the goalpost up by the stadium where we were doing the shows from. So, if you take Harrison at 3, and say you make a trade for Justin Fields.
No.
Say a third rounder.
Oh, boy.
You'd be 4 taking Milton at second or third. Let him sit.
Yeah, where's Milton?
All right, I'm going to tell you right now because I cover the Bears. I work for the Bears.
Yeah.
I've seen every practice. I see tape in season of, say, a 7-on-7 or a red zone. Justin Fields, you love the kid. Nobody denies the talent. Nobody denies the talent. Okay, he's tough. He's got a good arm. We know he can make special plays with his leg, his leadership. All those things are there. It's just not consistent enough. And the Bears are going to have to make a decision. Do they put the fifth-year option on him and basically guaranteeing him $25 million? I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that. And here's why. Much like the Giants, they didn't put the fifth-year option on Daniel Jones. Bears need to see more for Justin to earn it. So, and people think I'm crazy. The Bears can do both. They can take a quarterback at 1 and still have Justin Fields. Don't put the fifth-year option on him. If he plays great, Then you can just franchise him.
Wow.
Then you just franchise him.
Can you tweak it like the Jordan Love one? They were creative. Green Bay was to where they sort of middled that option.
Yeah, because they didn't know. They didn't know about him. And now they're talking about they did a 2-year, $10 million a year deal, and now they're talking about signing him long term now.
Yeah, $45 million.
So he had to prove it. So I would do the same thing with Justin. Prove it. At the same time, I don't care if it's everybody's got Caleb Williams going one. Could be Drake May. They're battling now, but clearly Williams is ahead of him. So if they were to take Caleb Williams, fine. Just sit him. Let him mature. It's happened before. Oh. Chargers had Drew Brees. All right? They drafted Phillip Rivers, right? They swapped Eli. They had a first-rounder in Phillip Rivers. What did Drew Brees do? Balled out. They franchised him, and then he got hurt. So they had to play Phillip Rivers. But they had two top guys. So people think I'm crazy, and I speak for the city of Chicago. It's like people can't understand.
I speak for the city.
Yeah. Well, here's my point. They can't understand that. They think if you draft Caleb Williams, you got to get rid of Justin Fields. Yeah. They can't believe that you can do both. Why wouldn't you do both? You just passed on C.J. Stroud. All right. You missed on Patrick Mahomes. The Bears could have had Mahomes. All right? I don't see how they can do that again.
And the Bears traded up for Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah. They didn't just take Trubisky. Yeah. They traded up for him. Oh, this is crazy. So you think the Bears you think they should take Caleb Williams?
I think they should take a quarterback.
And if you look at Williams versus May, what do you see there?
Yeah, I think you can see that Williams, obviously, he can make special plays with his arm. He's got great arm talent, and obviously his ability to improvise. Drake May he's for a big guy, he can move too. Somebody tried to compare him to Josh Allen. He's not Josh Allen. He does have superior talents, but he's not nowhere near Josh Allen. Because on 4th and 10, the tape I saw, 4th and 10, and a guy to have a play, you can't throw the ball out of bounds. Okay, stuff like that.
That's bad.
Yeah, he's got it.
It's like sliding before the stakes.
Yeah, so he's got some things. But you do like the talent of him. There's no doubt about that. But their level of competition too. That's going to be questionable as well.
Are you shocked, Bill Vrabel and Eric Bieniemy, who are supposedly hard coaches, don't have jobs?
I am shocked. I think Bill Belichick is good for football. And he's a hell of a football coach. I thought he'd have an opportunity. Maybe he's got to sit here. I just think the
Atlanta felt weird, man.
Yeah, the perception on him is just wrong. People, vilify him for how his press conferences are. Maybe he needs to do what Nick Saban is doing, like get on ESPN or something to show his personal side. Bill is a very personable person. He's funny, he's witty, he's worldly, he's all those things, and I think he's good for football. He's good for the NFL.
Jim, it's been great talking to you. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Good luck in that rebuild, guys.